What's up, everybody? It's What the Gym, and welcome to episode 9 of Ask Me Anything and Everything. Can't believe it's been 9 episodes already. There'll only be 3 more to go. And episode 9, number 9. Number 9 is John Lennon's favourite number, which is why I've got a John Lennon album behind me. I've also got a Bruce Springsteen, the Western Stars album behind me, as I'm still got my Wild West theme contest going on. But today's the last day. It finished at 11:59 p.m. UK time, and after that there'll be no more entries. And tomorrow is the day I'll be revealing the winner of the contest. I've already got Drew here, leaving a comment in the chat already. I appreciate that. Hello, Drew. I'm doing well. I hope you are too. But yeah, not only I answer any questions you've all got in the chat, but also I talk about what I've been up to lately as well. And just managed to get this one done in time before this month's over. It's currently the 30th of September. So I'll start off with what movies I've been watching, then TV, then what video games I've been playing, what music I've been listening to, and I've got some miscellaneous things to talk about as well. But yeah, I've already mentioned the album, one of the albums behind me. The other one is Rock and Roll by John Lennon, which I think is a very underrated cover album. I wasn't expecting much from it when I first heard it, but then after I heard it, I thought, yeah, this is really, really good. It's very underrated. But Western Stars, it's in my top 50 albums of all time. And I think the last couple of days, it's actually moved into my top 40 albums of all time. I think it might even be in my top 35 albums of all time. But let's just go right into it with what movies I've been watching lately. But tomorrow, I'm going to be watching a film in the cinema. Tomorrow night, I'm going to watch a film called The Creator. So I'm looking forward to watching that. But the movies I've seen lately, I saw A Haunting in Venice, which I'm not, to be honest, too crazy on any of the Prara movies. I think they're all just okay. But this one was no exception. But I always think all those movies have great cinematography. That was done well here. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. My favourite of the three probably goes my least favourite being Murder on the Orient Express, then this one, and my favourite's probably Death on the Nile. But yeah, I think they're all just okay. But a couple of weeks before that, I watched the first Creed movie. I need to watch the other 2 Creed films. Then I'm going to do a YouTube short ranking the Creed movies. And yeah, I thought Creed was a really, really great movie. Definitely recommend it if you're a fan of the Rocky films and you haven't seen it. I thought it had excellent performances, and I thought it was definitely one of the better films in the Rocky franchise. And you also saw a film just before I went to Blackpool and Liverpool holiday, and that's a film called The Combat Trail. I think I might have even already mentioned that I've seen this, but yeah, I thought that was very good. Robert De Niro was the main character in it, but I thought the main character wasn't the nicest character, so it wasn't the most enjoyable movie for me. But I still did quite like it. And the last film I saw at the cinema was Expendables 4. I know a lot of people have been hating on this movie, and I thought it was just okay. I still liked it, still had some enjoyment with it. I don't think it deserves the hate it gets, but it's nothing that great. I'd still probably give it a 6 out of 10. I've not seen any of the other Expendables movies, but I might go ahead and watch all of them at some point. There's a couple of other movies that I've not written down, but that I've seen, and that is I've been watching the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight movies. I watched Batman Begins all the way through for the first time. I also saw, which I thought was amazing. I love Batman Begins is now the top 10 superhero movies of all time. And then I rewatched The Dark Knight all the way through. I think probably my second or third time watching it. The first time I watched it, I thought it was just okay. The second time I thought it was good, but the third time, yeah, I thought it was amazing. But I do actually prefer Batman Begins to The Dark Knight. They're both amazing movies, but I just think I prefer the story in Batman Begins a bit more. The villains were better in Dark Knight, but I don't know. I preferred Batman Begins over The Dark Knight, which I wasn't expecting it to be the case, but it was. Got Jason here saying, I like Penny Lane Abbey Road. Signs, thank you, Jason. I've actually had them since the first time I went to Liverpool, but I've only had them up in my room very recently. I don't know why it took me that long, but I'm glad. Yeah, glad you can see them now. Um, for TV, I do a couple of things really mention. I saw. I'm still watching the series 1971. I've got one more episode to go of that, and I've finished that series. I also watched Iron Recruit season 2. I got all that done in about 20 minutes. I preferred season 1. They're both just okay. But if I had to recommend which season, I'd go with season 1 over season 2. It's the Batman Begins, my favorite Batman movie. It's mine as well. Yeah, it's my favorite too. For video games, I 100% completed Lego 2K Drive. I'm very glad I've done that. And we're also revisiting Lego Marvel Superheroes, which is the game I'm currently playing. It's my third time revisiting the game. The first time I completed it was 2014. Second time I think was also 2014. And the third time, about 10 years after the game released, I'm now completing it the third time. Really enjoying doing that. Lego Marvel's one of my favourite video games of all time. I feel like I know the game at the back of my hand now that I've played it 3 times. I was so surprised myself with how much I remembered when I revisited it. Also today, I went on Red Dead Redemption 2 as for the last day of the Wild West contest. It was just an excuse to go on it, as it's my favourite video game of all time. And the fact I listened to a couple of Wild West songs while I was on Red Dead Redemption 2. I found that very, very fun. Yeah, I think the game is 10 out of 10. It's my favourite video game of all time. I don't think anything would ever beat it. But my dad thinks that when GTA 6 comes out, that might be the best video game of all time. But I don't think I still don't think you can top Red Dead Redemption 2. But in terms of music, before I talk about what albums I've been listening to, I've been to a couple of concerts. I've been to the Hollies concert, done a YouTube short on that, as well as Fleeting Rumours. But for the Hollies, it had 2 original members. The rest weren't original members, but it had the original drummer and it had the original lead guitarist. And the Fleeting Rumours, it was a tribute concert of course, Fleetwood Mac. But in that YouTube short, I revealed what top 3 Fleetwood Mac songs are. But I really enjoyed both those concerts. If I had to pick a favourite out of those 2, I prefer the Hollies concert. But what was also great about the Fleeting Rumours one is there was one song that was dedicated to Tom Petty, which I thought was really, really cool. It's the closest I'm going to get to a Tom Petty tribute concert. Jason saying, I hope they make a movie or TV series out of Red Dead Redemption 2 video games. I hope so too. Yeah, I really hope they would do something else with that franchise. Maybe a Red Dead Redemption 3, but who knows? But I've actually want to let you know something, Jason. That there's a series in the John Wick universe now. It's called I can't remember what it's called. The Continental. It's got 3 episodes. 2 of them are already out, and there's going to be one more episode releasing soon. I've not seen any of them, but yeah, I'm definitely watching that. As I'm a John Wick fan, but I'm assuming you'll be watching it as well, Jason, as you're already even bigger John Wick fan than I am. I've also got my Wild West contest, of course, going on. I've had 26 entries. I've not watched the final one yet, but I'll watch after this live stream. I just can't believe I have that many. I really, really appreciate every single one of the people that's done an entry for me. It was to get me to 500 subscribers, and happy to say that I've surpassed that goal. I'm over 510 subscribers. I'm really amazed by that. I thank you all for subscribing to my channel. And now I'll talk about some of the albums I've been listening to lately. Let's go ahead and find that on my phone. Bear with me while I find it. But Jason's saying, Toys would be God's interest that's missing its 2 most important members. Yeah, and they're both alive as well. I don't really get it. But let me just find it. What we listened to lately. I've currently listened to 301 albums this year so far. And I'll pick another. I'll go I'll go from 280 onwards. So, but I listened to a couple of Elvis Costello albums, his debut as well as the album called what's it? I'll find it. I've got what it's called, but it's one of his biggest albums. Let's see if I can find it. It's called This Year's Model. I've also listened to a few albums by Sparks. I listened to Kimono My House as well as Propaganda. I love both those albums, but Kimono My House, I think is a perfect album. I wasn't too crazy on the last track, which is why I didn't give it a 10 out of 10, but yeah, still an amazing album. It was also an anniversary of the Beach Boys album, Surfer Girl. I love that album. I also finished all the Holly CDs in preparation for the concert. I revisited my favourite album of this year, being Defiance Part 1 by Ian Hunter. Can't wait for Part 2 next year. And if you don't know who Ian Hunter is, he was lead singer of Mott the Hoople. I also revisited From Elvis in Memphis again, my favourite Elvis Presley album. I listened to a couple of ELO albums. Actually only one ELO album, and that was a New World Record. I also listened to an album of the Buddy Holly story, so it's the soundtrack of that movie, which the Buddy Holly story is my favourite biopic of all time. I also listened to Abbey Road again to celebrate the anniversary of the album. I've only listened to it twice. Once was in preparation of a live stream I did with Sound Lab Studios, where we ranked all the Abbey Road songs, and then one time for the anniversary. I've listened to quite a few songs and one album so far. It was by one of the members. I've not listened to an album by the band yet, but the band's called the Lumineers. So I've heard one of their solo albums called Vignettes, which is a cover album that Sam St. John suggested I listen to. But soon I'll listen to their latest album, as well as an album for the other member of the Lumineers. I also listened to Rumours again in preparation for the concert, and I listened to Diesel and Dust by Midnight Oil. One of the people in the VC suggested just to listen to it. It was one of the members who did the Wild West contest for me. It was a guy called Ben Rankins, and he suggested listen to it, and yeah, I loved it. But my favourite track was the first track, Be Beds Are Burning. It's now one of my favourite 80s songs, actually. I think it's an awesome track. So that's pretty much it for music. Quite a lot to get through there, but there was even more I could have gotten through, but I don't want to just keep talking about that for the rest of the live stream. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I want to watch the content at some point. I've heard the episodes are long. Yeah, each episode is like an hour and a half long. So I'll have to watch that in several parts. I'm surprised you did it in 3 parts and each one's an hour and a half. You could have maybe done it so it was 6 or maybe 8 episodes. And Dad saying, looking forward to listening to the album later. Yeah, me and my dad listened to the album Forever Changes by the band Love. I'm looking forward to listening to that. I've heard the first track from it. I think it's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to the rest of that. Have you heard of them, Jason? That's what my dad's asking. Have you heard of the band Love and the album Forever Changes? We've got Mike in the house. The legend is live. Hello, Mike. Yeah, I'm doing well. Hope you are too. What's the next film we're checking out at the cinema? Well, that's tomorrow night. The Creator. Looking forward to watching that, and after I've seen it, I'll watch your review on it, as well as Elliot from IMO Reviews review on it. Right, so earlier one more thing to mention on my list of what I've been up to. That's the fact that I've been to Blackpool and Liverpool. Done several videos on that now, so I don't really need to go too in depth with it, but yeah, I had a really great time with that holiday. I enjoyed it just as much as when I went to Scarborough. Jason said I've heard the band but don't know nothing about them. I only know the first track from the album. In fact, I'll find out what it's called, Jason, and I'll tell you what it's called. You can listen to it after this live stream if you want. They've not got many followers on Spotify, but the song, you probably know the song, but it's called, I think it's called Alone Again Or. I think that's the first track. I'm not sure if that's the one that I'm familiar with or not. yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to that. I say, hope you enjoy The Creator. Thank you, Mike. I don't know much about it. Looking forward to watching it. Hopefully, I'll enjoy it. But I sort of caught it with what I've been up to lately. There was a lot to get through there, but I'm not going to conclude the live stream yet. I'll be going for probably another 10 minutes, then I'll conclude the live stream. As I'd say, looking forward to Elliot reviewing it. Expendables 5. He did not like Expendables 4. And if it's Expendables 5, I think he'd like that even less. Hopefully there isn't Expendables 5. Otherwise, Elliot would be really, he'd be really not liking that one. The reviewer gives a rating lower than the film number. Ha ha ha. That is true. Elliot gave it a 1 out of 10 for the Expendables 4. I'm not rated any for a 1 out of 10. The worst film I've seen, I'd give it a 2 out of 10. I wouldn't even give it a 1. That's the film Cats. But I don't want to talk much about that movie. I don't like that movie. But I wouldn't give it a 1. I'd give it a 2, though. Because there were a couple of songs and one or two characters I didn't mind in the film. But I'm trying to think what else. Any other news I could tell you about, but I told you pretty much the major things that are worth mentioning. As I was saying, Into the Woods one for me. Yeah, I didn't like Into the Woods either. That'll probably be my second. I think I might have to do a video or a YouTube short on my top 5 least favourite movies. But I don't really know if we want to think about those movies again. But Into the Woods, I did not like that. I didn't like that either, but I prefer it to Cats. Only ever so slightly, though. I can hear my dog barking. She's play barking. Probably with my mum and dad. She loves playing. I've never known a dog who likes playing before. The way that our dog does. It's very entertaining dog for sure. But yeah, I just still can't believe I've surpassed 500 subscribers. That was my goal to get there for this year, and I've surpassed that goal. So we'll have to see when I get to 600, but I'm in no rush for that for now. I'm happy with 500 subscribers. Very, very soon I'll be doing a celebration video on it. I won't tell you what I'm doing to celebrate, but hopefully everyone watching it will enjoy it. And tomorrow, doing a video of revealing the winner of the contest. 26 entries. I can't believe about that as well. But after this, I'm going to listen to some music and watching the final contest entry I received. Yeah, just having a chill out evening after this, I think. And tomorrow I'm going to be meeting a friend of mine for lunch. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But in terms of what video games I'm looking forward to in the future, I'm looking forward to Marvel Spider-Man 2. I love the first Spider-Man Marvel game and the Miles Morales one. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. It should be awesome. I've literally not looked up much about it, so it's going to be a surprise for me. I'm also looking forward to Assassin's Creed Mirage. Don't know much about that one, but I've been really enjoying the new Assassin's Creed games lately. Hot take, but they're my favourite Assassin's Creed games. Are the modern Assassin's Creed games. I replay the old. I sometimes go on the old ones, and they're just not as good in terms of the gameplay. The stories might be better, but no, the gameplay is, I think, perfect how it is now. But there's my thoughts on Assassin's Creed anyway, because my favorite Assassin's Creed game is Assassin's Creed Origins, which came out about 5 years ago, just under 5 years ago. Actually, I'll look it up when Assassin's Creed Origins came out. If it's 2016, that's making me feel a bit old, actually, if it was 2016. "2017. Yeah, 2017 Origins. That's still... Yeah, I was only 14 when I played it. I'm 20 now. Well, time flies, I guess. But I think I'll stop this live stream in a couple of minutes. I'll just see if there's any more questions, and then in a few minutes I will conclude this installment of Ask Me Anything and Everything. Yeah, it's going to be huge. Yeah, probably either that or the new Star Wars game will be Game of the Year. Definitely. It's been a pretty good year for video games, and it's been a pretty good year for movies. I think it's been a pretty good year for music as well. Definitely. But look forward to listening to that album. That Forever Changes album. I wonder what I rate out of 10, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be a great listen. I think a couple of people in the BC aren't too crazy in the album, but there were some that think it's really, really awesome. So yeah, I've heard pretty much a lot of great things from the album. I mean, you heard the first track, but look forward to checking that out after this. And I'll probably just conclude it. I've got one more thing to mention, and then I'll conclude the live stream. And that is over there. You can't see it, but I've got a picture with lots of different rock and roll coins. I bought that when I went to Blackpool. And I might as well also mention that. I've already mentioned at the average shown what records I bought when I went to Blackpool, Liverpool.
Am I showing something that you want to show?
That. Yeah. It's got different coins.
God, I can't get it straight.
For different years.
Yeah, they're really old coins. Well, say really old. 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
There you go.
But actually, while you're there, I'd like a drink if that's all right.
Oh, right. Might as well.
And I'll conclude this live stream. There we go.
There's a lot of talking.
Yeah, I have. But I appreciate everyone watching and leaving thoughts in the chat. And leaving a couple of questions as well. I hope everybody takes care, and until next time. What do you need final words, Mum?
Any final words? It's the 1st of October tomorrow. Turn your calendars round tomorrow morning.
Yeah, tomorrow morning. Knowing me, I'll probably ask you to do it tonight. But yeah, that's it for this live stream. I appreciate it if you give this live stream a like. Until next time, everyone. Ciao.